Hello student. Today we proceed for the next class of diuretic drugs. Up till now we have covered the diuretic, classification of diuretic, then the class that is carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. In that the two categories of the carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, heterocyclic and second is the metadisulfonyl benzene derivatives. Now today we are going to start the next class, that is thiazide diuretic. Thiazide, as name indicate, it it refer to both a class of sulfur containing organic molecules. It is a class of diuretic in which the chemical ring is present, that is benzothiazine. Benzo means benzene ring which attached to the thiazine ring. Thiazine, thia means sulfur, azo means nitrogen, di means two nitrogen. So benzene attached to the ring thiazine, which consists sulfur and two nitrogens. Thiazide diuretics are sulfonamide derivatives. Similarly, the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor class, this thiazide also consists the sulfonamide functional group. All thiazides affect the distal converted tubules. They mainly act on the distal converted tubules, the part where the sodium is reabsorbed. All have equal or maximum diuretic effect. They are the moderately potent diuretics and they are called as sealing diuretics. Thiazide diuretics act within 1 to 2 hours of oral administration and duration of action is 12 to 24 hours. So when it is taken, the action begins after 1 to 2 hours and the action remains for 12 to 24 hours. It takes 1 to 3 weeks to produce a stable reduction of blood pressure. Here the extracellular fluid in the body, it is excreted, so the diuretics are used in the management of the edema and hypertension. Decrease in the body fluids decreases the blood volume and that will useful for the reduction of the blood pressure. They are administered early in the day. The thiazide diuretics, for example, the mainly chlorothiazide and hydrochlorothiazide. This is the introduction about the thiazide diuretics. Now we'll see the mechanism of action of thiazide diuretic. Mechanism of action of thiazide diuretics, they mainly act on, as I have earlier said, it is act on the distal converted tubules. In distal converted tubules, there is the absorption of sodium, chloride ions and the calcium ion. When the sodium is absorbed, it is exchanged with the potassium from the blood. It comes into this cell and the sodium get out, and the calcium which is enter here, it is exchanged with the sodium. So this is normal mechanism. The thiazide diuretics, they act by inhibiting sodium and chloride reabsorption at distal tubules. These thiazide diuretics, they inhibit the entry or reabsorption of sodium and chloride ions. It inhibits the transporter of this sodium and chloride ions, and because of the blocking of this sodium and the chloride ions, it increases the calcium reabsorption. It increases calcium reabsorption in the distal tubules and thus increases the activity of sodium calcium exchanger. Okay, because of inhibition the entry of sodium ions, it decreases the plasma volume. Sodium remain, chlorine remain in the tubular fluid, and it excreted as a NaCl, and sodium is followed by the water, which result in the decrease in the plasma volume. Here the sodium, it is followed by the water, and it causes decrease in plasma volume. So it increases, it excreted, increase the excretion of sodium chloride, water, and potassium. The sodium, which is retained in tubular fluid at the end, at the collecting duct, it is sodium is exchanged with the potassium, so potassium also excreted in the tubular fluid. Less reabsorption of water and electrolyte in the distal converter tubule, then the reabsorption of water or sodium, it is more occur at proximal tubule or the loop of Henle, less occur at the distal converted tubules. Sodium and chloride co-transporter, they are blocked by the thiazides. Here the mechanism of action: inhibit reabsorption of sodium chloride in the distal converted tubule, thus result in water retention in the tubular fluid. Decrease reabsorption of sodium by inhibition of sodium calcium co-transporter on the luminar membrane of the distal converted tubules. Their effect on the proximal converted tubules: thiazide diuretic, their effect is less at the proximal converted tubules. The acid-base balance is not usually affected. As carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, they inactivated by the acidosis of the blood. Here the acid-base balance is not affect the activity of thiazide diuretics. Thiazide and thiazide-like diuretics mainly consist two class, thiazide and hydrothiazide, or we can say chlorothiazide and hydrochlorothiazide. In 1955, the chlorothiazide or chlorothiazide is prepared by condensing 5-chloro-2,4 disulfoamyl aniline, 5-chloro-2,4 disulfoamyl aniline with formic acid, and it is treated with the formaldehyde and get cyclized to form the hydrochlorothiazide. When it is treated with formic acid, then there is formation of thiazide. When it is reacting with the aldehyde or ketone, there is formation of the hydrochlorothiazide. Let's start the structure activity relationship, or SAR. In short form, we call it as SAR. Here the basic nucleus for the SAR. This is the thiazide ring or chlorothiazide ring. So first point in SAR is the second position can tolerate small alkyl group as a methyl group. Here the methyl group, it is not clearly seen, but it is CH3. So small alkyl group like methyl group. The hydrogen of here, the nitrogen, it can be substituted with the small alkyl group. It will not that much affect on the activity. Substituent in the third position determine the potency and duration of action of thiazide. Third position means here this is the third position. The its position indicate the potency and duration of action of the thiazide diuretics. When third position is substituted with cycloalkyl group or haloalkyl groups, which gives potent diuretic compound, for example cyclopenthiazide. Saturation of carbon-carbon bond between third and fourth position of the benzothiazide 1,1 dioxide. Benzothiazide means benzene ring, and this ring is thiazide, and 1,1 dioxide means the sulfur having a 2 oxygen, that is called as 1,1 dioxide. Nucleus increases the potency of this class of diuretic approximately 3 to 10 folds. Saturation of this ring means removal of the double bond converted into the single bond. It increases the potency of the thiazide diuretic. The potency increases up to 3 to 10 folds greater. So because of that, the hydrochlorothiazide is more potent than the chlorothiazide. Hydrochlorothiazide more potent. Here you can see that the double bond present in the thiazide or chlorothiazide. Here the saturation of this double bond converted into single bond, it produces hydrochlorothiazide, and that compound is more potent than the chlorothiazide. Direct substitution of the 4th, 5th, 8th position with alkyl group usually result in diminished diuretic action. 4th, 5th and 8th position. 4th means this position, 4th, 5th and 8th position. It should be a unsubstituted. If there is substitution with any other group or alkyl group, then it result in the diminish or decrease in the diuretic action. Substitution of the 6th position with an activating group is essential for diuretic activity. Mostly activating group means the electron withdrawing group like chlorine, bromine, trifluoromethyl or nitro group. Mostly thiazide diuretic is considered the chlorine group. Here the 6th position. The sulfonyl group in 7th position is essential for the diuretic action. Sulfonyl group means SO2 NH2 group. This group is essential. As we have seen in the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor, the sulfonyl group is important for the diuretic action. 7th point, if methylation or acetylation is done at 7th position, it decrease or completely lose the activity. 7th position here, the methylation or acylation of sulfonyl group. The sulfonyl group should be unsubstituted. The hydrogen, if it is acylated or methylated, alkylated, then there is decrease in the activity. Introduction of oxygen at position 3 leads to loss of activity. Position 3 means here. If this R is oxygen, then it diminishes or total loss the activity. If sulfonamide group at position 7 is removed, then compound retain antihypertensive activity but lose the diuretic action. The means sulfonamide group, if it is removed, then diuretic action totally loss. There is loss of diuretic action, but the other action, that is antihypertensive, this activity remains. So retain the activity antihypertensive but loses the diuretic action.